was that thing again? Be findable. Allow Google to connect you with your perfect audience, and it will help you sell more, and it will help solve more problems.
You are watching Influence Media, PSI TV, the Netflix of biz brands.
Can you imagine your ideal client, your perfect prospect, searching for exactly what you offer, and Google dishes up pages and pages and pages of possibilities, and maybe you are one of the many, and that's actually not as bad as you're not being there at all. No result that delivers you up at any level. You are just missing from the list. That is significantly worse than being in the list and just one of the many. So are you findable? Is your offer findable to connect you to your perfect audience when they go searching on Google? Let's talk about getting found and how Google can bring your ideal prospect directly to you. So let me share you a story that happened to me recently, a Bible story, what research, academic research says. All of this is to equip you with additional strategies to increase discovery of you and your offer. Trudy Behrman here. This is PSI TV's weekly contribution to equipping you to be more discovered, giving you that brand elevation advantage. Thank you for joining us live or later, Mondays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. And some of you may know I'm also a doctoral candidate at Liberty University, where my research is pursuing that of influential reach. So recently, Rashad showed up in my ecosystem. Now, Rashad is my ideal prospect, my ideal client. I mean, this is like the perfect, because if you see here in his email, it says PR. He is a PR rep, and PR reps position their clients on different shows, and PR reps put clients on PSI TV. They give us guests for our television channel. And so Rashad he did not remember what search term he was putting in, but Google did deliver up many options. I was one of the many, and as he was looking through, this was what Rashad said to me: my page was the most polished of them all. Well, that's what he said. I wish I had captured it in video. But when he told me that, that got me so excited. And that's actually why I'm making this show for you today. As you can see in this booking, it says, is TV a good fit? So Rashad tapped in, and my ecosystem was built in such a way that this happened all automatically. Rashad was doing his own search, found whatever Google sent to him, continued his research, decided to book with me. This was not a conversation. He booked himself. There he was, turned on Zoom. He was there. We had a conversation. He was my ideal client. And not only is he my ideal client for this time, he's the kind of person that will put additional clients as guests on PSI TV. So this was a premium connection for me. And Google was the one that was the bridge between Rashad and PSI TV. The thing is, I started really paying attention to all this because my business coach was doing the same thing. So I'm very coachable. I saw that it was working for him. And while I had been making efforts before, I really zeroed in, because it's one thing to ask for people to come to you and make those cold calls and beg and all, but when they come looking for you, you are in a whole different position. So let's look at a Bible story about this exact thing. In 1 Kings 10, and I'm not going to read the story, please read it for yourself. I'm just going to, for the sake of time, pick out some points. The Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon. Now, back in this day, there was no newspaper, no social media, no television, but yet she heard of the fame of Solomon. So there's always going to be where sometimes there's buzz around you. Is it positive buzz or is it negative buzz? Whatever it was, the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of King Solomon. And what she heard was compelling enough for her to travel to come and consult with King Solomon. So when she came, Solomon answered all her questions. There was nothing hidden that the king could not explain to her. See, Solomon was not just someone who had some, conversation on the topic. Solomon was an expert. According to the Bible, his wisdom exceeded all who exceeded at that time. He was even more wise than his council of advisors. So Solomon was a subject matter expert. In fact, he was a subject matter expert on many topics. The way he responded just took her breath away. There's no more breath in her. Okay. Here's what the Queen of Sheba said. She said to the king, the report was true that I heard in my own land of your words and your wisdom, but I did not believe the reports. Guys, people are not always going to believe what they hear about you, good or bad. They're not always good, but they're more likely to, the negative news is likely to travel further and harder, but people are going to decide what they believe for themselves. So she didn't believe it, but it was compelling enough for her to come see for herself. And then she said, until I came and my own eyes had seen it, and behold, the half was not told to me. So when they hear about you and they're curious enough to research you some more, like Rashad did as he went looking and researching me some more, when they find you, are they going to be disappointed? Or are they going to be wow, like, oh my gosh, you're even better in real life? This is what happened here. The Queen of Sheba heard of Solomon, and when she met him and saw everything with her own eyes, so the social proof existed, not just talk. I can, I do, I this, I that. No. She could see it for herself. Do you have the social proof? Do you have the proof, the certificates, the results, the trophies? Do you have the social proof that you can do what you say you can do? So Solomon had it. And what did she see? Happy are your men, happy are your servants. Solomon is running not only an efficient country, but he is running a country where the servants are happy. Now, this is a leader of one nation talking to the leader of another nation. She's talking to her peer, but someone that she sees a little bit more than she is. So she came to consult with King Solomon. And you're going to find, guys, that you're going to attract who you are or who you were more so than who you want. So this is the kind of thing that she now comes to King Solomon, and it says she gave the king 120 talents of gold. So I looked up on Google, what is 120 talents of gold worth today? And according to the results, it says it's worth about $225 million. That is what the Queen of Sheba gave King Solomon as part of the fee of his consultant fee, because she also gave him spices and precious stones and all of that. If you want to charge premium prices, are you delivering so much so that there's no breath left in there? There's not half the toll. What they had heard, you exceeded. If you're going to charge premium prices, you should be delivering above and beyond the price so that the value, the perceived value, exceeds how much ever they're going to pay you. Now, when we talk about Google finding the perfect person for you, your prospect, when they're doing their search, are probably met with incredible overwhelm. If someone was searching for real estate help and you're in the real estate space, according to NAR, there's 1.5 million realtors, and that's not counting the real estate agents. Real estate agents are not members of NAR, so they still have the same qualifications, but some are members of NAR. So if you're in the real estate space and your ideal prospect is looking for real estate help, what is going to make you stand out? What are you doing to help Google dish you up as the solution to this person? What about if you're a life coach? This is not sports coach now. This is life coaching statistics. There's 4.3 million life coaches in the world. And because of the internet, your life coach does not have to be next door. Your life coach could be anywhere in the world and still sustain and serve you adequately. But even so, there's 1.8 million coaches in the United States. If someone is searching for a life coach, what activity are you doing that's going to have Google deliver you up as one of the options, especially one of the options on page 1? There are 50 million book titles at any given time on Amazon. If someone were to type, let's say your book is on leadership, and they typed in leadership, is your book going to come up? These are the questions you need to be answering for yourself. And I keep talking about, what actions are you taking? What activity are you doing? Because according to this research, it says 3 out of 4 marketers say that video delivers a stronger return on investment than photos. And yet only 9% of real estate agents are creating listing videos, which means the 9% that are doing it are going to be offered up, because I can tell you this as a fact. Google will always give a video if a video exists as a help response. And if there's no video on the topic, this is a good idea for you to make a video on that topic, because Google is going to give the video at the top of the pile, and TV is a video platform, guys. So 9% of agents are doing the kind of activity that is going to make them stand out from the rest. Any of you could do it, but only 9% of them are doing it. According to this peer-reviewed research, and it's very recent, it says the market systematically favors players who do certain kinds of things, the activity. The market is going to favor the players who are doing certain kinds of activity. So what is the activity that you are doing that's going to have Google dish you up as an option, so that you can go from one of the many, indistinguishable, unknown, to being discovered? What is the activity that you are doing? So if you are a guest on PSI TV, for example, here is how we help our guests to stand out. This is how we do our deliverables. So Bobby Aldridge was a recent guest on PSI TV, and we tell all of our guests that they have to connect with us on LinkedIn, because this is where we share our deliverables, all the places that we take the interview that we've done and we share it, not only just on the TV, but on multiple platforms. We repurpose that content. So Bobby was our guest, and we created a press release. Our PSI TV has a channel presence on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Vida. We're currently building out our Apple TV presence. So if you clicked on any of these links, you'd see how to watch Bobby's show on any of these platforms. We took the content, we created a YouTube short, we put a YouTube video, we created an Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. We pushed the audio version out to 7 different podcast platforms, our Facebook pages, and we have a mobile app that gets the content as well for the subscribers. So here's the thing. Bobby's show had more than 2,000 views, 133 likes, and 14 comments on YouTube. He also got 2,000 odd views on Instagram, 2,000 odd views on TikTok. All these links create search engine optimization and digital juice that really make Bobby that much more findable by Google. For example, now it does take a while after we've done this for these things to show up on Google, but we had a guest, Dr. Al-Faki, and when we researched our guest for TV, and when we researched him, he really had 0 presence on Google. And I told Dr. Al-Faki, I said, you've got to create a LinkedIn profile, because we give our deliverables on LinkedIn. So we made him create his LinkedIn profile. He hadn't had one before. And shortly after his show happened, and of course he got thousands of views and all that, there it is. We Googled him again, and there's his LinkedIn profile that we insisted he create, so that he could connect with us and see the deliverables we had for him. And then here is our post right there up at top, and other posts are on that page. Now, all of this, guys, is to invite you to consider joining the waitlist for our 3-day media challenge. This media challenge is geared to make you be the guest of choice on shows, podcasts, stages, TV, and more. And when you do that, you're not talking about yourself. You're not blah, 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 I'm the best, I'm the best. Other people are sharing you with their audience. So you're getting exposed to additional audiences, and you're getting other content being built, co-created for you and with you, all adding to your search engine optimization, to your digital presence, making more links, backlink to your website, so that Google will see that your site is worth dishing up. You can do nothing, or you can join the waitlist. It's free to join the waitlist, and all that does is allows you to be notified whenever we run the next challenge. The link for that will be in the description. All of this community content, guys, we share this show every Monday, 10:30 Eastern. We are doing this to give you the tools so you can elevate your brand. You can have that brand elevation advantage. You can increase your influential reach, so you are the one that others want to hear from, and the first name that comes to mind for the thing that you do. You might even be considered a celebrity in your space. Trudy Bierman here, super simple to find, and I do look forward to